All right, hi everyone, it's Trish and welcome to week 7 of my road to Ironman. It was an amazing week. It was so great. So all I have to say is that I'm kicking it up a notch. I totally kicked it up a notch this week, and going forward, man, I've got to take this a little bit more seriously. What is kind of changing my heart? I don't know. I guess it's just learning. So I've learned a lot along the way. Last week I mentioned about being a part of a group called Women for Try, which is it's just a Facebook group, and just learning how other women are training, because there's so many different levels of commitment and everything else within this group. It's so great. And not only do they motivate you, but you learn so much. You can ask people, like, what kind of bikes do people like? What kind of components are the best? What aero bars are the best? Are these goggles good? Well, what tri-kits do you like to buy? All that kind of stuff. So learning so much, but also a lot of people are posting pictures of themselves training. And so I'm just learning a lot about that. I'll ask questions, like if they say how long their training session was for, I'll say, okay, well, when's your next race? So I can get an idea of why they might be training for so long. Like, for example, this one girl, she was putting in on her bike trainer. She had already put in something like 5 hours out of a 7-hour bike ride on the trainer. So this is all indoors. I was like, holy mackerel, 7 hours on the bike in your house on the trainer. That's insane. And so I found out that her race is only about 2 months away, maybe 2.5 months. So that's why she's logging so many hours. But you know, when I look back and I think about my 70.3, and you know, I gave myself, I think, a lot of internal excuses. So even though, of course, it's a big race, don't get me wrong, and 70.3 miles altogether is a lot of time to race. And obviously I raced over 6 hours. Like that's a long time to be putting your body through a lot of work. However, I think day to day, I didn't push myself enough. Like, I woke up early. I woke up at about 5:30, and for a Sunday, not the best thing to have to do on a Sunday. Most people are sleeping in, but I don't like to take a lot of time away from my family for my training. I don't mind to here and there, but if I don't have to, then I won't. So I woke up really early, 5:30, and I rode the bike for 3 hours, and then I did a 20-minute run after that. So when I look back, when I think about that, and then I think about how I was training for my half Ironman back last August, that was about the longest training, minus the run, because I did have a broken foot, so I couldn't run going into the race. But 3 hours a day, 3.5 hours a day was really the longest training and the maximum training I was doing for that race, which in retrospect now isn't really a lot. I could have easily done more. Anyway, I think I'm really learning a lot about looking at the past and what I did, and looking at what other people are doing, and then what I want to do going forward. So I'm just really learning a lot, and so it's go time, man. Like, I'm going to start following a little bit more of a program. I was actually, this week, I found an old triathlete magazine. I subscribed to Triathlon Magazine Canada. Here we go. Right here. And this one, maybe it's not even that old. What month is it? Okay, I don't know. It just says volume 9, but it doesn't have a month on it. At any rate, perfect. It says 7 months to your first Ironman. And I literally started training for my half Ironman at 8 months. So, you know what? 7 months, perfectly bang on. So anyways, I said, okay, great. I will take a look at the training and see, you know, if it's about right. So I think so. I mean, I haven't done as much in my training as this probably, like in the first month, which would have been my February. That's 7 months out from the full Ironman in August. So the first month it wanted a total of 8 hours per week. I was more doing 6. So I was a couple hours short there. Second month would have been this month, March, and it says total of anywhere between 8.5 hours and 10 hours. Okay, so now we're going into April, and the scheduling is saying, yeah, it is saying more like 13.5 hours a week. So this week, I think I had my highest week at 12 hours, which is awesome. So like I said, I really have to kick it up a notch. If I was averaging about 6 hours to 8 hours before, and then this week was 12 being the highest, I've got to take it more seriously. So that's fine, and I'm going to, and I already have. So yeah, so this was a great find. I truly believe that things fall into your lap at the right time, and I knew that I had to get a little bit more serious about the training, and boom, and then I find this training plan. So I'm not going to follow it exactly to a T. I mean, I can. I'm a mom of 3 kids. I'm really at the mercy of the recreational center's lane swims and everything else. So if they say swim such a day, you know, and I can't make it at that particular time, then sorry. So I've really got to cater this to work with my particular schedule. Okay, so that's enough of that. Now let's go through what this week was like, because I am super excited about how I did. Let's do this. Okay, so like I said last week, now mind you, we were kind of on a little bit of a vacation. So last week was 6 hours total, just over 6 hours total. Okay, and the week before that was good. It was almost 10, so it was, or about 9.5. So that's really good. At any rate, and then the last 2 weeks I have not been swimming. This week rocked it, people. It totally rocked it. Okay, so let's see. Here's some totals. 12.3 hours in the whole week. My running was 16.27. Something like that. Can't read my own writing, but that's how much I did in the running department. So totally psyched. I mean, that's got to be higher, but you know how I said last time. You know, some weeks are going to be higher in one sport and lower in another. Biking was at 106 miles. Totally pumped for that. Really, really happy. And I swam twice. Tried to go for a third, but my arms were a little bit too tired because I'm just getting back into it. So swimming about 2.5 miles, I would say, in total. I really need like a Garmin or something that I can wear in the pool to measure my distance. That's one thing that I'm missing right now. I really have no idea how to measure my distance for swimming. So I'm just kind of winging it right now with how far I think I can swim. Yeah, just going by time and how far I think I can swim during a particular time. So that's it, and I had 1 day off. And yeah, and like I mentioned earlier, 3-hour bike this morning, longest workout, and then followed by a 20-minute run, and that was following kind of this schedule from Triathlete magazine. So I'm totally pumped. This is a whole new perspective. I'm taking this really seriously. This is not just I'm going to finish these races. I really expect my 70.3 to go rather well now that I'm actually 2.5 months out from the race, and I am already at the highest point that I was last time. So I think we're going to see a big difference in my time, and yeah, and I think the Ironman is going to go well too. I'm going to try my best and see what results I get. So yay! Had a great week. We will see you next time. Have a great one. Bye. Mom?